Hello everyone, welcome to the week. Welcome. I forgot it already.
What up?
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, I know.
I feel like we're starting what is it?
No, I feel like he's still recording while this is going on, by the way.
Yeah, still recording, even though I edit it out.
Keeping some
Yeah, I know. I can always edit it out.
Oh yeah, tons of bloopers. In fact, some bloopers have ended up being...
That should be episode 12 special. All the bloopers that we've had.
We'll fix it in post. Those are famous last words. Okay.
Very much so, yes.
You've always told us to keep our bloopers no matter what happens.
I always like to keep them, yes, but man.
All right. Hello everyone, welcome to The Hive. This is your weekly dose of Hive News. I'm Zara.
And I'm Carolyn.
And this is the Weekly Buzz. Alright, well, Carolyn, what's going on with you today? You being here?
Nothing much. I'm actually having a fabulous day.
Well, that's good. You're back.
It's fabulous!
Yay! We're back with the fabulous. Alright, well, today's going to be a big topic about film.
Ooh.
And we really don't know much about it.
Yes, indeed.
We've only known this much in what we've done in one of our teacher's class. But today we have an expert to come and talk about his little life. Welcome this in fact teacher that we know and love, Riley Morris. Woo!
Thanks for having me.
So how are you today, Mr. Morris?
I'm pretty good. It's my birthday, so I'm excited about that.
Happy birthday!
So,
We should
doing
sing
a
happy birthday to
Happy
you. Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Okay.
Happy birthday, dear Riley. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate the embarrassment.
That's why you asked about how old. How old are you, Mr. Morris?
28.
Oh, two more. You got two more to your...
Yeah, I know.
Still in your 20s.
Two more till it's all done. But it's just downhill from there.
Hopefully you'll still be here for a while, so I feel like you'll be fine.
I hope so.
Alright, so what we mentioned, we're gonna bring up some questions about you and what you do here in Medora. So, what was it like when you first started teaching and came here to Medora?
So when I first started teaching here at Medora, it was kind of an interesting thing. So I got out of college. I didn't have a ton of direction in my life at that point. I had studied media. I got out of college. I was completely broke. Had no idea where I wanted to go with my life. So I didn't have a car. My options of jobs were limited. So this job came open here at the school doing Spanish as a Spanish aide, not as a teacher. So I started the job, approached it just like any other job, very methodical, very much like, we'll come in, we're going to get this, and this done, that's how it's going to be. I quickly realized that's not the way that education really works. It's a much more personal experience, you've really got to get to work with the students and know them well. I think they're called the wrong side. But, and so I really liked the experience. That was the thing. It took me a while to adjust to doing education, but I realized quickly that the experience was for me because I really loved the students. I realized coming in, I was just looking forward to getting to see all of those students each day. It made my life a lot better. And I realized there's probably something in this education thing. So as an aide, I started to consider then would I want to pursue this as a long-term career? Would I want to become a teacher? So I ended up leaving the school in 2018. I wanted to try some other jobs out. I wanted to go and experience a little bit more of the world. Those jobs were great, but they did not give me the feeling of satisfaction and amazement that teaching did. So the opportunity came up here in 2020 for me to become a computer science teacher, to get certified and become a full-time teacher. And I hopped on it. I was very thankful and I was glad to be back.
Honestly, glad you're back.
Well, I like it here, so
I'm glad you
plan
do.
on being here for quite some time.
Yay! We got another long teacher that's not Mr. McCammon who's retiring this
Well,
year.
Mr. McCammon's a long teacher. He's definitely put in his years. He's been here quite a while.
I mean, if he taught Miss Young and he was a principal when Miss Lanier came and the principal when Miss Young was here, then definitely.
He was principal for me as well. So
Then definitely, yeah. All right. How long have you been teaching?
So I have been teaching as a licensed teacher since 2020. Although, like I said, I started out in education in 2016, and I consider that really when I began. So on and off, I would say roughly about 5 years, because I didn't do it during 2019. and
That
most of
is a
2020.
long time to be teaching still.
Well, and this is my second year as a full-time teacher, and it's been a much different experience. I'm still learning a lot. I've still got a lot to learn.
Well, we're so glad you're here.
I think I'm starting to get it down, though.
You're a bad
You're awesome.
teacher.
Well, I'm glad you two feel that way.
Well, you did as good in our first trimester. All right, now.
Well, hopefully I don't, crash and burn in the third. That would be good.
Please don't.
Hopefully
No,
not.
you were the first teacher that brought us together.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for me being in your class, I would have never met this child.
So history was made in my
History
class.
was made in your class, yes.
Love it.
All right, what do you like about teaching here at Medora?
There's a lot of things I really like about Medora. Medora is just unique. We're really a tiny, tiny school. We're just a small country school. There's a very it is a formal school environment, but there's a somewhat informal feel to it, and I really like that, right? I feel really comfortable getting to know each of my students. I really like all my coworkers. I really look forward to seeing them every day. We've got just a nice little supportive culture going on. So that's what I like about Medora. It's got a very nice, pleasant, cozy feel to it.
It really does, since we are just such we're a short little redneck mountain town. South Park reference right there. I'm sorry, Master.
I don't know about the mountain town part. but
I know, right? But we are a forest town. We are a forest
Forest
town.
Town. There we go.
All right, what do you think about the current situation with the communication here at the school?
I listened a little bit on the previous podcast, so I know you guys have referenced that you think that there might be some issues with the communication.
Definitely.
I'm just going to talk with my own experience here. So I think that there's two areas that I want to talk about. So the first thing is just teachers, administration, staff, their communication with one another, but then teacher and student communication as well, because I think both of those are really important. Mm-hmm. I think Medora has a lot of the same problems that other bigger schools do. Like, I think most organizations, if you talk to them, if you ask, what's something that you guys could work on? A lot of organizations, schools, businesses are going to say, we need to communicate better, right? Mm-hmm. It's one thing, Medora is a small school, so sometimes it's perplexing when things kind of get lost in translation, like maybe an email, someone doesn't get it or something. You would think as small as we are, it wouldn't be as much of an issue, but we are a school, we still face a lot of those same communication challenges bigger schools do, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I want to talk more about is with the student side, like students and teachers communicating with one another. I think it is really important that students feel comfortable and that they can come and communicate to us when they think they are struggling, they need help, or if they just need to be able to talk to us about something, right? So I think having strong communication channels between the teachers and students is vital to you guys doing well and, being happy to come to school each day.
Yeah.
The challenge I have with this is I want that so much with students, but the teachers, we need to hold each other accountable, but the students need to hold themselves accountable too.
Starting
You
to see
guys
that,
need
yeah.
to make sure that you guys are getting your work done. When you guys are struggling, you need to let us know. Don't just put stuff on the back burner and not do it because you don't understand it. By the way, I'm not talking about you two in particular. This is a problem I see across the board.
Yeah.
You need to let us know. Communication is how we start to fix that sort of thing, if that makes sense. So
It really does, yeah.
that's how I feel about it. I don't know if that's exactly what you guys were looking for.
I mean,
but
we agree with it, and we appreciate you offering that. Like, it's understandable, definitely.
Criticism is the best way to learn.
Yeah, right. You're right. All right, what do you want the school to improve on?
This is an easy answer, but it's easy to answer, but it's hard to actually fix, right? So
Definitely.
we need more students here. That is the biggest thing that the school really needs. We're a small
do.
school, I get it, but we're too small. We need more kids here. Having more kids here, obviously it makes classes more exciting because we have more students, we have more voices to listen to, but it gains us funding so we can offer more courses, we can get better equipment, we can get better materials and lessons. So having more students here is the biggest thing.
So if
And
you
I-
don't like, sorry. So if you don't like your school, come to Medora.
Get our sales pitch in there.
Yeah, please.
So I think having some of the things that we offer, like computer science, agriculture, having some of these STEM things that we do, those are things that we should push and we should advertise to try to get people around here to come to this
Definitely.
school, right? And also I think the biggest advantage that we have is just where we are so small, we have this chance to work with such smaller groups of kids, work one-on-one. You can get the personalized help that you need here. So I think that that's our biggest challenge at Medora, and I'd love to see that fixed, but it's not an easy fix. It really isn't.
Yeah.
The other thing, and I will say this, I would like to see us expand our technology offerings. I'm really thankful Miss Hunt and Daryl both worked really hard over the summer to get us some new computers. They got us some new robots. They got some new curriculum for me, got me trained in it. They put a lot of effort in. The schools put a lot of money in from grants and stuff to make sure that we have technology for this year. My program is new. We're still building it. Last year was the first year we offered computer science here. In a few years, there are a lot of things that I'd like to see us have. And for example, those 3D printers, we're in the maker space, for those of you who don't know where we're recording. And those 3D printers, they're not working right now. I'd like to see those up and running. That's something that would help us a lot in class. And I could use that a lot in my class. I'm sure other classes could as well, especially with the STEM programs that we have here.
Yeah.
I'd also, we mentioned this before we started recording, I believe, it would be great if we could get a dedicated filming space set up.
Yeah.
Filming, recording studio, and I think the music room would be a great place to do that. But hopefully down the road we can figure something like that out. Those are things that I would like to see done in the near future that I want to try to work toward.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there is one thing I want to ask from students, though, that I think needs to change around here. One improvement I'd love to see. There needs to be more accountability, and attendance just flat out across the board needs to be better. I know that COVID, we are still dealing with a global pandemic. People are out a lot because of that, quarantining. There's not much we can do about that, right? It's just part of the times that we're living in. But as far as students just deciding, oh, I'm playing hooky today, I see that a lot, even from upperclassmen, and that's something you guys need to hold yourselves accountable, right?
Yeah,
the teachers,
definitely.
we hold ourselves accountable. We need you guys to do the same as well.
Mainly if you're a senior, that just goes bad against
It makes
you.
it so hard for us as teachers to plan and have things going on when it's every day. We don't, half our class might be missing.
Yeah.
I've seen this a lot with my first period class this trimester, and they every day it's like one half of the class is out and then the next day the other half is out. It alternates back and forth, and it's so hard to plan whenever something like that is happening. So sorry if I'm ranting a little bit.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine.
Those are the things I would like to see changed around here. We need some more accountability in terms of attendance here.
We do, definitely. Like, really, definitely.
I'd also like to see more student-led initiatives like what you guys are doing here doing this podcast. I'd love to see more stuff like this. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think it's really fun.
Yeah, also, other big news about the podcast. We found ourselves editor, so our sponsor doesn't have to do all the work. And I blame him for everything. I did at one point in time because he didn't post episode 3 yet, which I'm actually going to get that done by tonight. So
Really?
we're going to be good. So episode 3 will be up. This will be episode 4. Well, actually, no, this will be episode 5th, right?
4th.
Yeah, me is 4th. No, me is 4th. And he'll be 5th. Okay. Yeah, confusing.
So 2 episodes in one day. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Really
confusion! And like we said, there was going to be a little secret thing. What's going to happen? I'm going to say a riddle. If you get the answer, the first person to get it, their comment will be pinned to the top, and you'll be a step closer to seeing what episode 10 is all about. You're in a dark room with a box of matches. Nearby you have 3 things: a candle, an oil lamp, and a log of firewood. Which do you light first? That's all the time we have for today before anyone spoils it. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in, and we will hopefully see you around the hive.
Thanks for having me.